Hello and welcome to another episode of A Bright Side. Today, I'm heading to a place that I've wanted to have a little look around for quite some time. So let's go check it out. What a stunning day. It's nice and warm, the sun is permeating on me. Nice. Should have applied some sunscreen. Again, when walking along the green bank, I always do like to point out the former homestead, the childhood home of Admiral Edward Pellew, Royal Navy. I did a little bit of a walking tour along Overton Road a few months ago. Maybe a year or so ago, I can't remember how long ago. That Cornish flad's looking a little bit, needs to be a little bit, I don't know. I suppose it's not windy, so I suppose that would explain that. But I'll leave a link in the description if you want to check out the video of me just walking around here. One negative, however, is that hay fever season is upon us, and I don't like that. I start to get sniffy in mid-June through to the end of July. It's a very uncomfortable time. I don't like it. I like the summer, but I don't like all the sneezing and itching and liquid that goes with it. I suppose if you don't suffer from hay fever, you'll never really know, but it is pretty grim. I have had an odd couple of sneezes so far. It is only, I don't even know what the date is, to be honest. Mid-May? I don't know, there's a car turning, I ought to stop. I don't want to get killed on the entrance to the Wellfields car park. I had to look back at the name of it because I forgot. But anyway, I'm just rambling now, just ignore me. Worth just noting that all the scaffolding and scrim is still up around St John's Hall. It seems to have been up forever and a day, and it's also up around Market House as well, like the home of Lloyd's Bank. I must resist the temptation of a pasty. I must resist. I don't think I can. I don't think I can resist. I must resist. I have to resist the call. The call. Now, the subject matter for today is that building right in the centre of frame, St Mary's Church. So if you're not familiar with Penzance, I'm now walking down Chapel Street, which is just like off of the main road, Market Dew Street of Penzance. And this is probably one of the most historic streets in our town. I think the embryonic stages of Penzance started just over there, like where, oh, someone wanted to turn. Let me carry on. Gave him a nice wave. He waved back. Anyway, so yes, where was I? So the early days of Penzance, all around here, there used to be a chapel. I believe it was dedicated to St Anthony, which was down around the sort of Battery Rocks area somewhere. So this is very historic when it comes to Penzance. And also that red brick, I'm a little bit backlit by the sun, so let me just cross over the street just before we get to St Mary's Church. That red brick building used to belong to the Bronte sisters' mother, I think. Something like that. There's a plaque up there. And I have read that plaque before, but it's like all the way up there. I think really they could have put the plaque a bit lower because, you know. I know, I'll try not to get run over. There's a vehicle coming. I need to get off the street. This was the home of Maria and Elizabeth Bramwell, the mother and aunt of Charlotte, Emily, Anne and Bramwell Bronte. So there you go. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to have a little look around the exterior first and then see if it's open to have a little look inside. Again, a little bit backlit. Just step in here and it states here on this placard, St Mary's Church Penzance services, Sunday 11 AM, Thursday 10:30 PM. PM, what am I talking about? Make that AM. Also in St John's, Penzance, Friday at 11. Alright, a little picture there of the, or of a stained glass window. Alright, let's have a little look around the exterior. Oh, it does say open, there's a flag saying open. Excellent, so we might be able to just have a little look inside of this historic building. Maybe not as old as people think. Ground was broken in 1832 when they demolished the original chapel, hence this is called Chapel Street and not Church Street. To be honest, I don't know the technical difference, other than in my mind a chapel is a bit smaller than a church. I'm not 100% sure. But the original chapel, which I believe was built in the 13 or 1400s, sat here on this site and was demolished in the early 1830s because it was felt that there were way too many people worshipping here. I think the congregation had swelled to quite a large number and they basically needed a larger premises on which to worship. So the old chapel was demoed and this was built in its place. Like I just stated, started in 1832 and completed in 1835. So actually you think it's only 3 years of building. That didn't seem to take long, did it? I mean, you think it's quite an extensive building when you look at it. And you kind of think, only took 3 years to build this. It's amazing. Future me here. One interesting thing that I forgot to mention was the fact that the original chapel was spared by the Spanish during the 1500s raid because Mass had previously been held there. Interesting. So there is a little shortcut if you know, again, if you know Penzance, you'll know what I'm talking about. Chapel Street, take a left, you head up into town. Down there is a promenade, and actually you can bypass all of that down there and cut your route, you know, make your route much shorter. You can actually cut through the church ground here and it'll take you down to the promenade. I'll show you that a little bit in a minute. But here on this side, yes, it's definitely open, the doors are open. We've got a few, what are these things called? Headstones. Which are quite interesting, in memory of Joseph Bramwell Sutherland of Penzance, who died December 3rd, 1844. So this church would have been built by then, aged 67. And also Joseph Bramwell, son of the above named, who died July 29th, 1850, age 49. So the dad outlived his son, or not in terms of in terms of he was older. I mean, the son died younger, at a younger age. And Henry M. Fudge. Henry M. Fudge, son of the late Henry Fudge, master mariner, who departed this life October 2nd, 1822, aged 2 years. 2 years, 5 months. The good old days, as some people say. What's this one? Thomasine? Is it Thomas, feminine form there, I assume? It can either be Thomasina, Thomasine. That's how I... Oh yeah, the wife of... Yeah, if I had carried on reading. So Thomasine, the wife of Richard... I can't make that out. Nichols. Maybe a Nichols. Looks like... Yeah, maybe Nichols, I'm not sure. Who departed this life December 29th. Quite hard to see. 1831, I believe. Aged 25. 1805 maybe? I'm not sure. They are quite hard to make out sometimes. But the churchyard, there are some more burials around. I'll come back to that in a minute. States there on that paving slab, Batten. And some of these headstones then are like, I don't know if they're just fallen down or they've been like, put down. That one's facing, these are, they are facing up, but it's really, they must be so darn tootin' old. I can't really make out any of the, oh hello little bee. Oh, you've gone. Yeah, very difficult to make out some of these older sort of things, you know what I mean. Headstones, that's what I'm trying to say. Interesting tomb style grave here. Can't really make out the name. 1840, possibly the date of a year. Yeah, graveyards, cemeteries, whatever. They're quite strange places to walk around, really. You either kind of, when I say enjoy, that's the wrong word. You either find interest in them and the history that kind of, the human history, if you will, that lies under the ground, or you really, you know, for whatever reason, you don't really want to be walking around cemeteries. But actually, looking back up there, what a beautiful view of St Mary's Church. Does help that it's the backdrop is such a beautiful sky today. Very nice. But the church ground, goodness, it sounds like a dinosaur, like. Do you remember that old film with Doug McClure, one of my favourite actors, who of course was Trampas, if you remember the Virginian. He was Trampas in the Virginian, Doug McClure, when he starred in the B movie, The Land That Time Forgot. Those monsters made that, the dinosaurs made that kind of noise. As if that noise even was picked up on the camera. Just waffling now. William Roberts, age 22. Yeah, I personally find graveyards quite interesting, really. Like I said, but then I love history. And also I've been, of late, if you've been following the channel or my social feeds, you'll know that I've been investigating my own family tree. And you kind of think, yeah, I don't know, something peaceful, I think. I wonder if any of these date back, I wonder if they predate the church. I don't know, do you bury people in a chapel? See, I don't know the difference between a chapel and a church. Let me know in the comments. But yeah, look at all those like tombstones lined up against that wall. Look at that. Right, so I've done like a little loop around the graveyard. And that little shortcut I was saying about, so if you're coming from Chapel Street over that way and you walk this way, you'll see this arch style door that will take you down to the Penzance promenade. Can't really make that out. Zoom up on it. I'm not sure. I can't quite read what that says. So this arch, obviously newer than the church. Church was completed in 1835, as I stated, so almost 50 years later. this would have been built, this wall, I assume, to, I don't know if it's like a supporting wall for the, like, berm. I'm not 100% sure. If you're in the market for doing the Penzance Town Trail, it's number 11. Oh, and it's like a picture of the original chapel, as opposed to the church that we have now. Huh. Got a helicopter somewhere over there. I can't see it, I can hear it. Oh, there it is. I don't know if you can see it on the screen. It's coming back from the Isles of Scilly. And again, the yacht inn. If you know Penzance, you'll know exactly where I am. I was just about to carry on up the path and kind of walk that way, but actually there's a little pathway here, which will take me around this side. We'll have a little look, we'll get a different angle on the church. Actually, I've never walked out to this bit before. I've cut down the short cut many times. But yeah, look at that, beautiful view. The actual steeple bit, tower bit, whatever that bit's called, the steeple, it always used to be used as a navigational landmark for obviously ships out there in the bay. They used to use that so they could see where they were going, which is interesting. I doubt it would be used in that fashion now, obviously not with modern technology. Oh man, I'd love to get up there. Imagine the view. Can you imagine the view from up there? No idea what that is. Maybe there's a placard with some information. No, that's a shame. I do like a good placard. I have no idea what that is, but oh, there's like a face there, look. Interesting. If you know, let me know in the comments. Again, the back door, I suppose. So that way is directly south. So again, I don't know a huge amount about church architecture, but obviously this is the south wall of it. Let me get my bearings. So south, south, so north. Never eat shredded wheat. So that's west, that's east. And that's looking north, but obviously the south face of the church. There's like a sundial there as well, look. Huh. How cool is that? Huh. Nice. Right, what I'm going to try and do is I'm going to have a little look inside of the church. It is open. I'll see how much I feel comfortable filming, because I mean, I don't mind filming inside, but if there's like lots of people in there, you know, having like quiet time and whatnot, then I'm not gonna encroach on their... What the heck was that? Oh, I said I was gonna look at this. Okay, making space for nature. Oh yeah, you see these like dotted around, and it'll just let you know what you can see here. A common lizard you could potentially see, a long-tailed tit, or a buzzard, little bumblebee. Yeah, nice. Yeah, you see them dotted around town actually, so that's quite good. Right, so I'm going to head in a minute. Like I said, I'm just going to gauge it and see. You know, we'll see what it's like to film inside. Bear with me. Someone's like drawn in chalk. A love heart. Actually, this, I remember back in the 80s, actually, this church was, it almost like burned down inside. There was a huge fire that took place in the 80s inside of here. And then there was some sort of arson attack in more recent years. I don't know kind of what all that was about, but it's all been restored now. But anyway, let's head in. Got like a little lamb up there. Nice ornate. Ceiling. All right, I'm gonna look through the window in it. Like I said, I'm gonna see what's going on in here. Okay, I just asked the lady if I could look around inside and she said absolutely. So there's actually no one in here currently. Sort of just sitting down and thinking on things. But yeah, I've never actually been inside this church. Passed by it like most days, but never been inside. Looks like a little bit of a plaster work. Could do with a little bit of touching up. Oh, look at that. It's an impressive organ. Nice. Obviously then, someone's lit a candle. Very impressive sculpture of a lion's head. Some like words, maybe it's like a school project, there's like words and all written on the mane. Cornish flag there draped over this. Oh, it's like a, not a piano. They've got a name and I can't think what they are. What is it? Well, is it part of the organ? I don't know. I'm not 100% sure if I'm being honest. I think that is the organ, isn't it? Yeah, that must be. If I'm wrong, I'm wrong. Apologies if I am. And then you've got all the usual sort of plaques that are quite often in the sort of interior. Usually there's a war. You get all the war stuff as well, don't you? I can't see any of that quickly. Loving memory of Samuel Higgs of Penzance, second son of the late Samuel and Anne Higgs, who died in Adelaide, South Australia, 22nd of June, 1879, age 44. People just died so young, didn't they? I know that, you know, we get accustomed to longer life nowadays, if you're lucky, hopefully. But I suppose it just would have been normal when, if you were born in like 1800 or something. All right. Okay, I think I'm going to start making my way out. We'll close up the video. Nice, look at that ceiling, look at that, the like rosette thing in the middle. Very cool. It's a nice little play area for the kiddos as well. Got some like art and craft stuff. Like board games in there, bugs in the kitchen, that's fun. And like a little farm set up, and some books. Yeah. All right, let's head out. Thank you. Goodness, I can't get out. I'm trapped. I'm trapped in the church. Okay, I'm not really. All right, nice of them to let me have a little look around with the camera. Here we go. We're going to leave the video there. I do hope you enjoyed it. Don't forget to do all the usual YouTube stuff, like, subscribe, smash the bell. Check us out on all of our socials at The Bright Side. So from us to you, cheers and gone. I must resist the call of the pasty. Oh, I can't do it. I have to do it. It's in my blood. I'm Cornish. I need a pasty. All right. Can I get a pasty? Nice one, thank you.